Hello, Internet! Gino, that Pinguino Grieco here again with another episode of Deep Listens. Time for another deep interview. Time to talk about the Giantbomb Community Endurance Run a little bit more. And in case you haven't been paying attention, first of all, how could that even be possible? We've been doing these interviews for like the last 3 weeks. So get up on that. But the Giantbomb Community Endurance Run is going to be running from April 15th to April 17th to raise money for Pencils of Promise, a charity that builds schools, trains teachers, and sends kids to school in developing nations. And we're hoping to send, I believe, 16 kids to school for a year. So in order to get ready for that giant community video game marathon, I am talking to all the people, or a lot of the people who are involved in the event. And today, I'm going to be talking with Luis, MeatsOfEvil Martinez. Hello.
Hey, Gino. What's going on, man?
Not too much. It's been a hectic week, but I am glad to talk some community endurance run.
Hell yeah.
And I'm also joined by Blzzzrrttt. Blizzard?
Hello. Hello. Hi.
Hello. So, first questions first. Why Blizzard?
Yeah, I posed this earlier, and to me it sounds like a traditional, when you get electrocuted in, say, a movie or a video game, you can get a bzzz. I mean, that's what I hear, like somebody touching a wire and making a circuit and go bzzz. That's all I get.
Yeah, I don't necessarily have I'm not sure why I've chosen the screen name. I think when I was signing up for Steam a couple years ago, I just kind of had to make up something. And this is what I went with, and now I have to live with it.
Now you have to live with
and now
the
forevermore.
ramifications. Yeah.
This is what I'm known as.
Forevermore, people will ask questions like, how many Z's are there? Is it, how many T's?
It's 10 characters total. BLZZZRRTTT. That's it.
Oh, man, you can make a song out of that. Let's go right now.
All right, so to talk about the Community Endurance Run, I guess the first place to start is, how did you guys get involved? Like, why don't you introduce yourselves? Like, what kind of games do you play, and how did you get involved with the event in the first place?
I'll go ahead and start. My name's Luis. I used to be a console gamer. I started with a Genesis. My parents had that stuff, but I never started on PC until, I don't know, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. But ever since then, it's always the traditional, like, you move over and then you never go back. And I only recently bought a Wii U because of Mario Maker, which is a good choice. I found out about the endurance run in, what was it, 2014 or 2015 maybe.
15 was last year. I believe you were involved last year.
Yeah, that would be my first one. I originally, the year before in 2014, I did my first extra live stream. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, let's just go all the way. I always saw it in the forums, like, that sounds cool, and I watched a little bit. But that year I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it and see what the hell happens. And it was a shit show. Oh my god, it was bad. What did we play? We played Siren on the PS2. That game.
Yes.
That game is awful and amazing at the same time. And the reason I say that is the story in Siren has always been intriguing to me. It's a huge, like, multiple timeline, multiple dimension type of thing going on.
That's the one in the spooky Japanese village, correct?
Yeah, it's the village that doesn't exist. It's in a time warp in a bubble, and then the people go crazy, and it's bizarre. But also, the game controls like garbage. It runs like crap. It's completely what's the word, opaque, in the way it, like, you have to play missions multiple times in order to do different things to affect other missions. But it doesn't tell you what you need to do. It's like, all right, there's a well, and you look at it, and you hear something, and then it does a jump scare, and then you're like, okay. But later on, you find out you're supposed to lure a guy and, like, put him in the well, and then go to a different mission 40 missions later, and that guy in the well is no longer in a spot that was somewhere else where he would kill you, and then you can progress in that mission, but then you have to go to another. It makes me angry thinking about it.
So you've had a great experience with the Community Endurance Run since you've been involved. It's all been great.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic.
How's about you, Blizzard?
I got first started on the 4th Community Endurance Run, and I think I saw it on the forums, and I was like, I just built a PC, and I was interested in streaming. I posted, I said, how do I get in on this? And I'd done Extra Life the year, or that year or the year before, so it was already on Explosive Runs. So I just started streaming, and it was a blast.
Yeah. And you've been streaming like a weekly thing, haven't you, Blizzard?
I've been streaming every day since February.
Oh yeah.
Dang.
Talk to me about that experience, because last year for Extra Life, or the year before, whatever, 2014 Extra Life, I did a thing of streaming every day Persona 3, and that was a handful, let's call it.
Yeah, I remember watching some of that.
And it was a lot of fun, but having to stick to a schedule was tough. Especially, I got in a car accident one of those days, so I got home and I was like, I still need to do this thing, but I have to deal with insurance. I have to. But how has that experience been, streaming every day?
It's been nice, and it's also been not nice because, well, it's one because I get to play video games. Sometimes people show up and we talk, we have fun. Sometimes I'm just by myself, and it's a little bit less fun, but I'm playing a video game.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I mean, the baseline is sitting there playing a video game by yourself, which is the baseline for most people playing video games. So anything else is gravy. So you played Siren, Luis. Blizzard, what game did you play, or what games have you played in the past for the Community Endurance Run?
So for the first one, it was an absolute nightmare because I didn't have anything planned.
Hell yeah.
Just, well, what's on this computer and what would be kind of interesting to play? So for that first endurance run, I played all sorts of stuff. I played Euro Truck Sim 2. I played Binary Domain to completion. I played Sonic Generations to completion.
Yeah.
I played Go-Go Nippon, which is a visual novel.
Word.
There's a whole bunch of other stuff that I forget. I think at some point, we just watched too many cooks on stream, and that was something.
Just put that on loop and just.
So what you're saying is there's a lot of thematic consistency between the games you play on these events.
Yes, exactly.
Just a huge through line. You can see as a player what you enjoy.
He's playing the long con, is what he's doing.
Yes. And so you did 2014 and 2015, and all those were just basically, what games do I have?
Less so last year because I actually had a schedule and like things planned. So for last year, I played Remember Me to completion. I played Killer is Dead to completion. I played Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes and Revengeance to completion, obviously. And I also did 2 interviews with some game developers.
Yeah.
Who did you talk to?
I talked to Austin Jorgensen, who made a game called Lisa, the Painful RPG.
Oh, word.
Yep.
Yeah. And I also talked to Dylan Barry, who makes alt games, as he likes to call them. He makes weird games on Steam that are very poorly rated.
That's fine.
Yeah, whatever.
Are they like visual novel-y or very experimental in terms of how you play? Or
are they offensive?
Are they offensive?
They're not offensive. Some people would call them offensively bad, but
okay.
I don't know. I enjoy them. They're kind of weird though.
I'll take it. So Luis, you've just played Siren. Any other games for the community?
Oh man,
before?
for that, I mean, that was the only endurance run I did. Okay. But during the stream, I had a friend come over, and he only had a certain amount of time, and we had a previous experience with a little game. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Tetris Battle Gaiden.
Yes, I actually ended up playing that for a hot second last year.
Oh
as well.
Man, I played that game during Extra Life for the past, like, every year. I mean, I've done it twice now, but both years I've done it, and then I also did it during that endurance run stream. Like, we took a break from Siren because it was so bad, and we're just like, we need to stop. Let's play something good. So we played that a little bit, and it was the kind of thing of his name's Joe. Joe and I got really good at Tetris Battle Gaiden just because I had bought it around that time where it showed up on Giantbomb, go figure. But I bought it, and then I showed him, and he got super into it, and then we both got really good at it, and we couldn't play against anyone else because we would just stomp them too hard, and we would come up with strats for different characters and all this other crap. But
so you have found high-level Tetris Battle Gaiden play?
Yeah,
Is Ninja Kid overpowered? Do you have any bans?
We banned Tiki Man.
Tiki Man.
Tiki Man is OP is hell, man. He has his freaking level 2 or his level. It might just be his level 1. His level 1 splits your board down the middle. It parts to see. You remember that one?
Yes.
The thing about that one is he's the perfect counter to Ninja Kid, because if Ninja Kid fucking knocks your whole board out of bricks, you just split it and the bricks are gone. That's it. You don't even have to clear them. You just do that over and over. You don't even have to stop. He's the ultimate what's the
hard
attrition.
Counter?
He's the ultimate like attrition. I want to call him hero, the attrition character, because he just keeps doing that. You can't stop him, and all he needs is one magic, and that's all it takes. And he's OP. So we banned Tiki Man, and then the other character we like to play a lot is Squad. We call him Squadala, but he's the guy on the carpet. He has the carpet or whatever. Yeah, and he has that ability to send his board to the other player. And his ultimate ability is to control the other player's pieces for two pieces. And all we ever did was, as soon as we got 3 magic, we would fuck up our board and send it to the other player. So we both had shit boards, and whoever could last the longest would be the winner there. And that's, I love that damn game.
I believe that guy's Aladdin, if I remember correctly, because I can read any of the names that are in Katakana.
Oh yeah.
So some of them,
I know the kids are bit.
Some of them make sense, but some of them, I thought that the princess was actually pretty strong with her laser beam, her orbital laser beam that just clears out an entire section of your board with her level 1.
She's strong because she has a reflect ability, and you can sneak that one in if you're smart about it. And then if Ninja Kid freaking casts his ultimate and you have your counter, he's fucked, and then that's it. And damn it, I love that game. There's a game that I'm actually in a closed beta testing for. It showed up on UPF a while ago. It's called Spera. I don't know if you heard of that. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you remember that. It is a Tetris battle guide I didn't like. It actually just takes the skills and abilities of like 90% of the characters from Tetris Battle Gaiden straight up. The interesting thing about that is they kind of disappeared for a while. They went really quiet. Like even when they showed up on UPF, they had that sign up to play their. It was free. You just download it and play it. Their version they had of. They said they're gonna be on consoles. They're gonna be dual stuff. And it's really well produced. Like the art's amazing, and the actual gameplay is really good. But they went quiet. And the reason I found out later, they sent me an email. They're like, "Hey, we were in talks with the Tetris company." Because they're using straight up Tetris mechanics, so they kind of have to go through those channels, and they ended up not wanting to go with the Tetris like game because the restrictions that were being placed on their game wouldn't allow them to do like cross-platform play and a lobby system and spectating matches, all that other stuff. It would be too constricted.
Okay.
So they had to change the mechanics completely, just full bore. All of the mechanics got changed, and the
now
way
it's Puyo Puyo.
Oh, I wish. No, but now it's like a color matching game in a Tetris style. So look like Tetris, not even Tetris pieces. It's like horrible monstrosities of like 6 pieces in a horrible diamond.
Is it Puzzle Fighter then? Puzzle Fighter style?
It is Puzzle Fighter style. But there are no crash gems. There isn't like you make bricks or anything like that. But if you make a match of 3, it explodes and then gravity affects the pieces above it and it drops. If that chains, if it's a horizontal chain, it'll explode horizontally across and do a line. If it's a vertical chain, it'll do like an explosion effect, bomb blitz style. And then it'll just continue on like that if you match up the colors right. And I've really enjoyed it. It's super. It can be divisive, I think, if in terms of a color matching game as opposed to a Tetris game, because the Tetris game is more easily relatable. Mm-hmm. Even though the Tetris pieces, they were using bullshit pieces. They had the line piece was 5 pieces long instead of 4, so you could send somebody 5 lines, just burnt and just oh god, yeah. But I love that game's great. I can't wait for that to be out.
Nice. So for this year's event. Well, actually, I guess first off, of the events you've seen, what sort of events, things that other people are streaming, have you had a chance to watch? Like, what other features have you enjoyed?
I love the hell out of Nicky Rooney's Super Feet Boy. That was baller stuff, man. I donated to all of his toes. He was doing those toes to paint his toes. I had him paint all of them. I think somebody else took one toe, but I took the other
one.
nine.
I think I took 1 foot.
Oh, did you? I thought no, maybe I only did 5 toes. I can't remember. I just remembered just hot rod, hot rod flames, and I forget what else. But that was fun.
I think I got a penguin toe. I think I got at least a penguin toe.
Oh hell yeah, of course. You gotta go that way. I enjoy some of the RPGs people are playing. I didn't really catch a whole ton. I caught some of Blizzard's stream, but yeah, other than that, I was mostly focused on making sure my stream wasn't fucked up. But it turns out I wasn't able to do that because my stream was totally fucked up the whole time.
That is the way of things. What about you, Blizzard?
I think it might have been. You said stuff other people have done?
Yeah.
Okay, then it's definitely my first one, which was the 4th Community Endurance Run. I think it was you and Amlabella. You were doing the simultaneous Final Fantasy VIII and Metal Gear Solid 3 run.
Yeah.
And I was hearing it happen in my headphones, but I couldn't watch it because I was streaming. I was just like, man, this is probably good. But
That's so good.
Yes, I loved the impromptu realization that, hey, it turns out these 2 Japanese games are really long and fucked up in the exact same way. We're going to have a race right now. This is happening. Wait, who's he fighting? He's fighting the boss? How successful does he seem to be fighting the boss? Because I've got like another 20 minutes of Final Fantasy VIII, and I think I could catch him if he's really shitty at it. But if he's winning, I'm going to lose. And so we would go back and forth. And I don't know.
That's fantastic.
I think Vash told me and Amlabella both that we were very close, because at that point he was not streaming, but he was on Skype, like telling us, hey, it turns out both of you are very close to the end of the game. Let's see who finishes first. That was between that and the FF9 almost not getting Excalibur 2. Those were probably my 2 biggest highlights. And then I think I watched Vash play Roundabout at one point. And that was pretty fun, because I had never seen Roundabout before. But that game's
cool.
That game's cool and messed up.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe, isn't Giantbomb favorite Fobwashed in that
Bob
game?
Watched is he and his girlfriend show up in there. Or I don't know. I don't know details, but I assume girlfriend. He may be engaged or married. Don't know. But they showed up in there, and yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it was. Last year's event was pretty awesome from what I saw, and like the turnout was great as well. So I am hoping that we meet or exceed that level this year. And why shouldn't we? I mean, we're putting on a good show, I think. So
yeah, definitely.
Speaking of this year, what do people have planned for this year? Either prizes or games to play? What are you guys doing?
Boo. Everything has been super hectic for me lately, but I have got a basic plan down for what I want to do. This year I plan on doing the infinite mode of Dead Rising. You guys remember that?
there's an infinite mode?
There's an infinite mode in Dead Rising. That's a good point. When you beat the game, you can get a true ending, and the true ending is awful. There's a horrible boss fight on a tank at the end for some reason. You fight a military guy. It's really terrible. But once you get the true ending and you beat that final, you uncover the truth. It unlocks an infinite mode, which is where the achievement for surviving 72 hours shows up, or not 72 hours, 7 days. 7 days straight of survival. That's where those achievements pop up, and the infinite mode is crazy because it just goes and your health drains, and you have to find food, and you have to avoid zombies and kill bosses to get more food. Because you know how in Dead Rising you could just walk up to the orange juice place and just get a bunch of orange juice infinitely? That isn't the case in infinite mode. You can only get like 2 or 3, and then that's it. That's all you get. And then you have to scavenge them all for food and stuff. And I loved that game. When I first played that game, I played that mode, and it turns out 7 days in game is 15 hours real time, okay. And you can't really pause the game either. It's hard to do that. You kind of have to like do some shit. You have to like turn off the controller and pause it that way and stuff. But it was one of the most fun experiences I had, even though it was a little, it might have been a little tedious. But since it is a little tedious, I've planned on bringing in a friend, maybe a friend or two of mine to play some other stuff on PC as a like. Dead Rising will be like a check-in, like every 30 minutes. I find a boss, we'll check in and look at that and do some stuff. But it'll be in the side, and then whatever my friend wants to play. My good friend Andy, who's been in my Extra Life streams, he's planning on coming by and playing whatever he can. He said he was interested in going back and looking at Braid and Limbo, and he was thinking about maybe doing some emulated stuff. But we'll see. We're still hashing that out. So that's my current plan.
Nice. And Blizzard, what about you?
So
you have like an anime block.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Like I've noticed that the Endurance Run itself, like the original ones, they're all Japanese games, right?
Totally.
Oh, yeah.
And the Community Endurance Run is kind of focused on like Japanese games as well, right?
We have a definite Final Fantasy leaning. I feel like that is mostly due to me and Jeffra just having an inordinate love of those games.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, that is totally true. I think they're really good for streaming long periods of time because they're so insane and also kind of entertaining unto themselves, and then they give you a lot to comment on.
Yeah, like donation incentives too. Like you can name people and optional side stuff.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
They're perfect.
Yes, so that's why I tried to make my stuff like the most Japanese.
Perfect. That's how the science checks out.
So let me. I only have a couple of things that are set in stone right now. So on Friday after UPF, I'm going to play Mahjong Pretty Girls Battle Schoolgirls Edition.
Oh yeah.
All right. So I read as I was updating the thread with more scheduling information. I read your two scheduled things, and I couldn't find Mahjong Pretty Girls Battle Schoolgirls Edition on the entire Giantbomb forum. Like, it's a website with a wiki about video games, and that game doesn't show up.
Yeah, I've noticed it's not in there as well. So the idea for that was
what is
last year. I'll get to that.
Okay.
Last year I played a game called Poker Pretty Girls Battle Texas Hold'em.
Yes, I've seen that one.
Okay, so you know poker, right?
I'm aware of poker.
What is that?
It's a card game. You play with other people.
Okay, got it.
Now imagine those other people were anime ladies in swimsuits.
Oh yeah.
So this is the equivalent of Poker Night at the Inventory, but for maybe scummier folk?
It's actually much worse because it's just a poker game.
Wait, there's no titillation? There's nothing?
No, you don't get to look at those women in the swimsuits. It's just poker. It's just poker.
Wait, so...
Is it good poker?
Do you have to imagine the women are in swimsuits because you're staring at cards the whole time?
I mean, you get to like select them at you select who you play against, and you see like a full body shot. But when you're playing, it's just like their head. That's it.
So
it's not even strip poker. It's not even.
No, it's not strip poker. You don't get like a nude picture if you win against them. It's just poker.
It's for the kids then.
Yeah, for the kids.
Yeah. Poker kids.
Of course, Pretty Girls Poker for the kids.
Texas Hold'em.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So that Mahjong game it's literally just Mahjong. I played the original, and it's just Mahjong. I'm gonna play Mahjong for like 8 hours.
That makes me think of freaking those idiots that are making those Sakura games on Steam, the visual novels, and then they also did that Sakura clicker game. You guys see that?
Yeah.
It's just garbage. Just lowest common denominator. We're just gonna get the guys that like the ladies, the anime ladies with the tits, and it's gonna sell, and it sold. You know what? Whatever.
You know what?
Well, the thing about those games is, like, the company makes them, Zoo Corporation. They publish visual novels that are eroge, which are erotic games.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I did some digging. Apparently, the characters in like the games, they're from visual novels where some lewd stuff happens, but there's no lewd stuff in the games.
There are H scenes. I saw there was a post. Don't ask me why I was looking at it. I saw that there was a post, and it was like, "Hey, you download this file to unlock the H scenes." It's like, what? I bought this game, and you're telling me to go download this file to get the nude stuff, to get the sex? This is super weird.
So you're just playing Mahjong for 8 hours?
Yeah. You can unlock characters though. They're Mahjong goddesses.
Oh God, what's a Mahjong goddess look like? Is it just a piece?
It's just a block
with a bathing suit and a.
It's a character you play against. So you like pick 4 characters at the start, and like you pick your character, and then you pick your 3 opponents, And as far as I'm aware, this has no bearing on the actual game.
Boo.
But you can unlock characters, so I'm going to do that.
So
Are there any secret characters?
I'm not sure, but you need to play 100 games of Mahjong to unlock one character. So
Damn, why?
guaranteed 100 games, Friday, April 15th.
Here you go.
how
Tagline.
good are you at Mahjong? How much do you like Mahjong? One.
I had to learn how to play Mahjong to play the first Pretty Girls Mahjong game, so not very.
Was it worth it?
Okay. How much would you say you enjoy Mahjong?
Right.
That's all right.
It's all right?
That's what I thought.
Like 8
That's
hours
all right.
Mahjong?
I mean, not
hours.
8 hours, all right, but it's okay.
Okay. I hope the end is just Master Hand or something ridiculous.
Oh, it's crazy hand shows up.
But no, it's probably just going to be...
It's just
Why
gonna
can't
be
the
Mahjong.
Why can't the Mahjong goddess just be a Mahjong piece in a schoolgirl skirt with glasses or something?
That's what I'm into.
But no, it's just going to be an anime lady.
Stoic
Yeah,
piece.
it is. It is. And
So-
yes,
What is your second game? After
my
you
second
unlock
game.
a single character in Mahjong.
There are no games. No other games.
on Saturday I'm going to play a game called Magical Date EX.
Okay.
Uh-huh. All right.
What's the EX part of this magical date?
I believe it's an allusion to a secret character.
Oh, they are secret characters. Oh,
Is it a
fantastic.
Mahjong goddess?
Is it a piece of a Mahjong piece?
I don't know. I actually haven't played that game. I've played enough of it to know it should probably be something I should play on stream, but what that game boils down to is you're a young male, and you get to pick
Okay.
between three ladies,
Three ladies.
women,
Your
to
harem,
date,
word?
to have a magical date. You're going to have a magical date. You're going to go to the park, and then you're going to play a minigame where you're a frog fighting another frog on a lily pad.
What?
Is that a euphemism? What is that?
That's not a euphemism. That's a minigame you play.
So
Okay, got it.
Are you in this date? Are you watching the frogs fight, and you're trying to make an entertaining fight so you have
You
a
are the
magical date?
frog.
Well, no. It's like a series of minigames that
Okay.
you play in order to impress your date or something. I don't know.
Have nothing to do
Okay.
with.
But they range from like one-on-one frog fights to look at this spinning polygon and tell me what letter it's supposed to be.
Is this on PC?
It's originally a Japanese arcade game that I'm capturing through 100% legal means.
It's
Yeah.
a Japanese arcade game. That's
Yeah, there's also-
amazing.
There's also co-op that I can't do because no one around me wants to play that with me.
Weird.
Oh,
Who'd have
weird.
thunk it? In the co-op, does it end with like both of you getting a question that says like, "Did you have a magical date? Yes, no," and then
I think like after each minigame you get graded, so whoever has the highest grade wins, I guess.
There's no. Is there any sex? Is there sex? Can I have sex?
At the end of each date, you can, like, you get to pick an outfit for the girl to wear on the date. So you,
That's appropriate.
yeah. So
you know, like every good date goes, if the guy does a good job, he gets to pick the outfit of the girl he's out with.
Here's what
Well,
you're wearing.
you pick that before the date.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
So I believe after the end of every date, you can take a picture of the lady with free camera movement.
Uh-huh.
So
Wait, is this game 3D?
it's polygonal, yes.
Okay.
What kind of polygonal?
Like,
Like Tekken?
yeah, like Tekken.
Exactly like
You
Tekken.
go on a date with your lady, and then she throws into a volcano.
Hey, Hachi shows up.
Okay, perfect. So there's your Japanese power hour, or power several hours.
And I don't have anything planned for that Sunday, but I've been thinking about playing a visual novel of some kind.
Oh,
Sense.
great.
What you got?
Don't
Well-
play Nekopara. Just
I,
don't.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
I played Negopara, volumes of 0 and 1 last year.
I thought
And
there was two out.
there's 2 out. I bought it day 1. I don't like volume 1 at all. I don't like it. Volume 0 is okay.
Okay.
I haven't
Is that
played
the prequel?
volume 2, so I might play that. Yeah, it's a prequel.
Okay.
God. I just recorded with Zombie Pie like not a few days ago, and I had to talk him out of trying to play Nekopara anything for the community endurance run.
Is that just cat ladies going nya over and over? Is that all it is?
Yeah, it's cat
Oh.
ladies going nya over and over again, but with a lot of morally dubious stuff.
Okay, what is-
Yeah, I played like I said, I played both of them last year. Volume 1 is questionable in several ways.
Okay.
It's nothing but questionable.
All I had were questions.
No, like, okay, I'm going to tell this story because Zombie Pie isn't here.
Okay.
And he's wanted to talk about this, and I refused. But he, as penance for me making him play Final Fantasy VIII, suggested that we both play Nekopara for the podcast. And I'm like, sure, because I didn't know that game is horrible smut. But
You expect.
as we were playing it, I'm like, okay, it's not rated X, or, it's on Steam, so it can't have any sex actually in it. So, okay, let's see what happens. And we were playing it, like, talking on Skype. And that game is about you're a man who his family, I think, owns a bakery, and then you want to set out on your own and open your own bakery. And your family has a bunch of cat girls. In this universe, there are cat girls.
Uh-huh.
They're not cat people. They're only cat girls.
Only cat girls. No.
Of course. And your family, your sister, has a bunch of cat girls that she has taken as her own. They are somewhere above the intelligence of a cat, but below the intelligence of a people.
Okay. So it's ostensibly these are girls dressed up as cats. These are cat girls.
Yes. They are all between the ages of 1 and 2 because
they're cats.
Okay. Cat ears. Yeah.
because they're cat ear. They grow in cat ears.
That's okay.
But your character he tries to set off on his own, but the cat girls, they don't want him to leave, so they follow him, and then he owns them because they're owned. They can't go out at night without a bell around their neck that says that they're smart enough to be left alone.
Yeah, the cat girls have to take like a test to prove like they're not strays, and when they pass, they get like little bells.
But if they don't pass, they go to jail.
Cat jail for cat people.
Cat girl jail.
Because apparently cat vagrancy and homelessness is just a horrible societal problem in this world. But yeah, basically, and then at a certain point, the cat girls they go into heat.
Of course.
And then the guy has to sex them to make them not in heat. That's the story. That's it.
That's actually not true.
Oh,
He gets tricked. That's the thing. He doesn't have to sex them. That's the thing. Like
no, but you have to.
He does because it's a kinetic novel. You don't get to. You just watch. There's no choices, no routes. You just watch.
here it comes.
Yes, and so the game is about a guy who is both employing these cat girls and also owns them in some sort of slave owner relationship. Also, then having sex with them. Also, they're all younger than 1 year old. They're like 1 to 2. They're not even 2 years old.
Nah, man, they look like 14. They're fine.
That's also fucked up.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. So, thanks, Zombie Pie. I never get that part of my life back. I never get to have that innocence again.
I have that on my Steam library now. You fuck.
You asshole. It's not. It's deleted. It's gone. All the content is removed from my machine.
But you can't wipe away the memory. You cannot wipe away the sins of years past.
Can't wipe away the achievements either. Thanks for that.
Yes.
You just get those for pressing X or whatever.
Did you get the one for? Did you press the P key?
No. What does the P key do?
No.
So Nekopara, it runs on the emote engine, which lets the character sprites. They're very emotive. I think it looks very nice. The P key, yeah, very nice. The P when you press the P key, the characters jump.
I didn't know that happened.
Yeah, and the emote engine allows for a lot of amazing technical feats, such as breast physics. So when you press the P key, everyone jumps.
What?
And there's jiggle. There's a jiggle slider in the game.
I'm making a face.
I can confirm. He is making a face.
Like I sucked on a lemon.
Yeah, it's like lemon is. Yeah, he's like I just ate a warhead.
I don't. Yeah, it was bad.
It's sour.
It was really bad.
When they jumped,
my
when
friends
they
and family were all gone, and I was playing this shitty game with a lunatic. and he was alternatingly telling me that this game was terrible, and then also that we should keep playing it.
Yeah.
It was a terrible day.
When they jump, do their skirts fly up and you get to see their?
No, you don't get to see anything.
No, you don't. No, why would you want to look at that? Are you kind of sicko or something?
This game is totally rated T for teen, or something.
Are their tails hot?
They have tails. They look like cattails. It depends on how much cattails appeal to you. Do you like cattails?
I love cattails.
Okay, great. Then this game is for you. It is way too much money. I
Really?
kind of contemplated doing a speed run of it, because if you just spin the mouse wheel,
Oh yeah.
you can complete it in about a minute.
If you have a mouse wheel that has that lock feature where you just spin it and just go, just there you go.
Exactly, just like a roulette table.
Mm-hmm,
But no, I uninstalled that because it takes up an inordinate amount of space on your hard drive, because all it is cutscenes. There are also 2 songs in the game.
2.
Maybe 3.
Yeah, the opening and the ending.
Ha!
There's a song with lyrics that happens at the opening, and then there's like 2 or 3 idle songs that just kind of loop, and then there's the song at the ending, which I think is the song at the beginning again. There are like 5 locations in the game. The characters have 1 or 2 outfits. It is the most bare bones. Don't buy Nekopara. Just don't do it.
I'm buying it right now.
Don't. Nope.
Clicking
Shouldn't do
on-
that. Nope. Shouldn't do that. So, Blizzard, please don't play Neko. Zombie Pie might actually play Neko. Actually, no. I told him not to. He might play a different Japanese visual novel. Because
which one?
$10.
He was contemplating 100% orange juice or Go-Go Nippon. But if you've played Go-Go Nippon before, he should not.
They put out an update for Go-Go Nippon that adds the emote engine, as far as I'm aware.
Oh, great. So you can hit the P key?
I don't know about the P key tech. I think the NecoWorks team has that on lock.
Shit. So I'm surprised that there's not like an N key that you hit and then they go nya.
Yeah.
In Volume 0, there's a button in the top right of the screen. It's a hand, like a hand saying no. If you click on that, if you click on that, your cursor becomes a hand, and you can pet whoever's on screen.
Of course, you need that.
It's amazing.
Fantastic.
That's not the word I'd use, but okay.
You're right. I'm looking at this trailer for Nekopara Volume 1, and there are boob physics. What the hell?
I told you, man.
I turned that slider all the way down, and it didn't stop them.
Really?
Nope.
There's a default amount? Oh, no.
There's a default amount, then there's the max, then there's the min. I put it on min. It did not have a noticeable effect in that I wanted it to stop. Oh, God.
I will say the animations were just pretty nice.
Yeah, it's surprisingly smooth.
It's
but
very
it's good.
The game is terrible.
I am 152
Well, it's not a
centimeters
game.
tall.
It's not a game. It's
I
actually
like the
not
cakes
a game.
that Master makes. Chocolate.
Visual novels are games. Visual novels are games. I can prove it.
Not this one. This
What's
one had no
Nekopara?
input.
Why, it's a cat paradise.
Yes. Ugh. So you might be playing this or some other similar game on Sunday, Blizzard?
Yeah. If not that, then I think I might play Fly Wrench, which
Okay.
I
Back
might
to
do
video game. Let's go.
That is a video game. I might do a no color run on Fly Wrench.
Ooh.
So what you mentioned maybe doing that as some sort of donation incentive. What makes a no color run on Fly Wrench so difficult?
So the whole thing about Fly Wrench is you steer like a ship, which is basically a line, through a maze, kind of like Kuru Kuru Kururin, if you've played that. And there are colored gates you have to pass through. There's 3 kinds.
Mm.
In addition to a whole bunch of other colored things that you have to avoid. And what you can do in that game is you make themes, so you can make the colors whatever you want. I'm going to make everything white, and the background will be black, and I'll basically just have to guess what the gates are going to be.
Oh, God.
Okay. So it is like Ikaruga, except if everything was the same color?
Yeah, it's like, here's a gate. Now just hit one of the... You have to do one of the 3 things to pass through it.
You have like 3 options. You can either jump, you can spin.
Oh, that sounds... Okay, so that's miserable. So that sounds miserable.
That sounds. Speaking of miserable, my friend Joe, I'm trying to convince him. My friend Andy wants to show up for the endurance run, but I'm trying to convince my friend Joe to try and do a speed run of Secret of the Magic Crystals. You guys heard of that?
No, I have not. What is this?
That's like the unicorn game, isn't it?
It's the horse breeding unicorn game where you have a farm or a ranch or whatever, and you get horses, and then you do mini games where you have to level up your horses, and then you can like by his word, he played. Let's see. God damn it. He played a lot of that game because he felt like he needed to get all the achievements. But there was like 2 achievements that eluded him, and it's supposed to be like you're supposed to level up your horses or whatever all the way, and then you can like basically ascend them. This is my understanding. You can raise them to a point where you can turn them into or acquire by association like mythical horses, which are unicorns, pegasi, demon like fire horses and stuff like that. And I think there are like 5 like legendary horses or something. It's insane. No. I didn't know about this whole mechanic, but
so you sacrifice the horses to the blood god and then get demon horses?
I do not. I wish I had Joe here to explain, but I do not. I'm not sure. But as
how
far
do
as
you speedrun this? You get a horse and you take it.
And that's the thing. It's such a tedious game. It's based on all on like time, like to time. I think it has timers in it. He has 34 hours in this game. Oh God. Let me just open this store page and read you the description here. Oh gosh. In this game, you manage a horse breeding farm set in a fantasy surrounding. The game enables you to breed legendary horses such as Pegasus, Unicorn, Fire Steed, Ice Steed, and Demon Steed.
Oh no.
You can buy over 700 objects during the game. Make all kinds of horse shoes as well as lots of magical potions for your horses. If they are exhausted or ill, you are able to cure and look after them. Your horses and colts need lots of care, and that's the way they recover their strengths. You can train your horses on 4 different fields and 5 levels of difficulty. You can even breed them in order to have more talented horses. Different horse races help you to gather 25 kinds of cups, and you can send your horses to complete 30 exciting missions. And here's a list of features here. Real-time weather and season changing.
Great.
5 different buildings and over 5 levels to upgrade your buildings on the farm.
Okay.
5 different type of fantasy horses. Interactive horse carrying. And that's the most interesting part to me when he's playing it. You have to like brush. You have to actually use your mouse to brush the horse and then scrub it and do all this other stuff. Over 700 items to decorate your stable. Over 30 kind of magical potions. Over 30 kind of magical horseshoes. 4 training fields. Yeah, I think
you've convinced me. This is a great game. This game's amazing.
It's and the worst part is the track you have to go down to get a legendary horse. At the very end, when you're getting the horse, it's randomized. And there are 5 different types, and there's an achievement for getting all 5 types.
Oh no.
Yeah, imagine this. So it takes you, 10 hours of work to get a legendary horse. And then when you get there, you get one. You're like, all right, I need to do it again. And then you get the same one. And then you're like, fuck this. Yeah, he put it down because he couldn't do it because he's weak. He's a scrub. He's weak. He's weak in the mind. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so one of my friends who's coming over is that type of gamer as well. And I bought a game called Creatures, which is a PlayStation 1 game that received, I believe, 4.6 stars from IGN in the late 90s, which is hard to do. It's hard to get a bad score from IGN, from what I've seen, especially at that time in the world. But it got a very bad score. And you have to raise these weird little monsters and teach them good and evil.
Creatures, you mean?
Yes. They have weird name. It's like some proper noun name for what the hell these things are. But I saw the box art for it, and it was so horrifying that I was like, I need to clearly own this.
All right, I'll look that up.
I want to lock him in a room with Creatures and then have people donate to make him play longer.
Is Creatures that one RTS where you make you mix existing animals to make new units, or is that something else?
I believe that is the thing.
Oh, that came out on PS1?
It says on the front or back of the disc of the box that their lives are in your hands.
Okay. So the first thing that comes up is Nightmare Creatures, which is not what you're talking about, because I know Nightmare Creatures, and that's
No.
a third-person action thing. And then
No,
I
it
scrolled
is-
down a little bit, and it has this horrifying little monkey thing, or it looks like
it's
it
the
looks like a
first
gremlin.
installment in the Creatures trilogy.
Oh man,
Oh God, their faces.
it's
Yes,
on
it
Amazon.
looks-
It looks like a gremlin or what, or Furby.
Yeah, it does.
It's
Yeah, it
on
came out for
Amazon.de for
The
$50.
PlayStation and the PC and the Game Boy Advanced.
Oh man,
Yeah, so I thought that would be a great thing to have him play.
that's fantastic. I want to see
Yeah.
this. I want to see this. The back of the box.
It was staring into me and also through me when I was sitting there, so I was like, well, I need to buy this game, I need to own it, and then I need to subject my friend to it. So I'm at least hoping to get some amount of hours out of that. I don't know if I'm going to be in the room when that's happening, because I don't think I can watch someone
You
play
could handle
Creatures. But I just need to know. But that sounds like a decent idea, right? That sounds like an idea for a feature.
Man, I want to play that.
I mean,
Looks
it's
so
an idea.
bad. Looks so bad. I want it.
We don't really play good games too often on the Community Endurance Run.
Man, that's the thing about whenever, and I've had this philosophy for a long time. I don't enjoy streaming or watching people stream games that people play. I like watching and playing games that nobody knows about, or stuff that's like insane and stupid. Like Siren, which is stupid. Creatures.
That's why
would be
I'm
great.
playing Chocobo Racing on Saturday,
Oh yeah.
on the 16th. I had it marked down as a thing to do last year, and I forgot my copy of Chocobo Racing at home, and so I ended up, because I was streaming from a friend's house, and so I needed to play. I played something else instead. I think that's how we ended up playing Tetris Battle Gaiden, but this year I need to make good. People have been clamoring for Chocobo Racing. What can I say? Everyone
Sure.
loves Mario Kart, but with chocobos.
But what about Creatures Raised in Space?
I don't own Creatures Raised in Space.
It says raise me, feed me, and love me.
That was I think what it said on the box, on the front of the box of Creatures. It said like care for me. I'm like, oh no,
please help me.
I can't help what you have.
Oh
Creature.
god, how did they make sequels to this?
That's a great question. They made 3 apparently.
Yeah, Creatures 3 looks real good.
So
It kind of just makes me think of Jet Force Gemini, or is that what that game's called? Gemini.
with the weird anime, like, but by way of Rare.
Yeah, it's kind of like weirdly polygonal and bloody.
Yes,
And
I
it
think that's what you
moves really strangely. I remember playing that. That's what this art kind of reminds me of.
Yeah, so that was courtesy of my visit to a local used game store.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, anytime the Community Endurance Run starts rolling around, I just take a visit to some obscure game store and say, let's see what I can get for less than $5. And Creatures wasn't in there. It was in my budget.
So Creatures is like a little management thing where they have like little meters. I'm looking at a screenshot here, and they have meters. One is labeled health, one is labeled tired, one is labeled hungry, one is labeled in pain.
Oh, no.
One is labeled bored, and one is labeled exhausted. Wait, isn't tired and exhausted like... okay.
This
Is she
kinda makes me
carrying a
wanna play.
shotgun? Man, whatever.
You have to put a creature down. I don't know.
To take old Yeller back behind the...
This kind of just makes me want to play Viva Pinata instead.
Man, I bought a PC version of Viva Pinata recently because I wanted to play it, and that game's so good. Oh man, I love Viva Pinata.
Well,
I can play that game for...
maybe since Sunday right now, looking at the schedule, it looks like Sunday's pretty open. Maybe I can swing in some Viva Pinata at some point. But thank you both for joining me. Again, the Community
Absolutely.
Endurance Run is from April 15th to 17th. We're going to be raising money for Pencils of Promise, a charity that trains teachers and sends kids to school in developing nations. Thank you, Luis.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much, Dino.
Thank you, Blizzard.
Yes, thank you.
Do either of you want to pimp your Twitch and or Twitter and or anything?
Sure. My Twitch is at MeatsOfEvil. I couldn't get of, turns out. So MeatsOfEvil, no F. Shut up. Unfortunately, I do not have a Twitter or anything like that. Maybe I should get on that at some point.
Blizzard?
Yeah, I'm The name I use on the Giant Bomb is the name I use pretty much everywhere, video games related. So
how many Z's? How many T's?
Okay, so it is BLZZZRRTTT on Twitch.com?
Yep.
Yeah! Woo!
Twitch, Twitter,
Nailed it.
Steam, all that good stuff.
And so, if you want to catch either of these guys playing games, currently the schedule seems to have Blizzard going from right after UPF, so 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. on April 15th, playing Mahjong Pretty Girls Battle, Schoolgirls Edition. Is there another Mahjong Pretty Girls Battle that is a different?
There's the one before that, not the non-Schoolgirls Edition, and then there's Mahjong Solitaire, which I also own, by the way.
Okay, great. This is good to know. I was just afraid that there was another version of Mahjong Pretty Girls Battle, Cowgirls Edition, or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to play Cowgirls Edition.
And then Blizzard is also playing from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday the 16th, Magical Date EX. Maybe something crazy with visual novels will be happening on Sunday, to be announced in the future. Mm-hmm. And MeatsOfEvil, do we have anything for you on the schedule?
Unfortunately, I'm not on the schedule yet. I'm still hashing out stuff, but tentatively it is going to be a Friday thing, hopefully. Depends on how it works out. I might just end up pushing it. We'll see. But again, it's just Infinite Mode of Dead Rising, which it will take at least 15 hours, if not more. I want to go as far as I can. So Infinite Mode Dead Rising and whatever else my buddies want to play.
All right. Sounds great. Thank you both for joining me. And till next time, Internet, peace!